This one is from Miranda, where I think Miranda had mentioned, and I think she is here too, um, that she has found with a lot of her work that six boxes, I think six in particular, ended up being a good format for the type of work that she has been doing. Um, and I think what I want to do here, Miranda, would you be comfortable reading? I think this is a really cool story here too, and this thing you put together. Would you be comfortable reading this for us and potentially sharing some of the backstory? If so, throw up a hand. If not, that's totally cool. All right, Miranda, you are unmuted. How are you?
I'm well, thanks. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Yes, I started doing these sort of drawings because I was having such difficulty in writing my novel, and um, I somehow needed a way of thinking about my novel which wasn't more words and didn't, kind of got me outside that space. And there was something about the six squares that meant that I was able to think through some thought without getting bogged down in it. There
Hmm.
was a sort of a beginning, middle, and end. So this one is about the way that when I'm kind of imagining some section of the novel or the novel as a whole, it's a lot of what if questions. What if so and so killed so and so, or what if so and so moved house or something.
Hmm.
But I'm really good at self-criticizing. So in the second square, it's kind of what I then do when I put these kind of what if balloons up in the air. Um, and I immediately kind of tell myself why they couldn't possibly work. Um, so they never kind of get up in the air, if you like. Um, and so it's really about allowing those what ifs to have a bit more freedom and give them a really good airing, and for the if buts to just have to sit outside for a little bit and really see the whole thing through before starting to throw their arrow-like selves at the what if balloons.
There are a lot of really
So
cool.
that's really what that is.
Yeah,
Um,
there are a lot of really cool visual metaphors here. One, the story itself is, I think, one that resonates with a lot of us. It definitely resonates with me. This idea of whenever you have an idea for creating something new, it does start out in this kind of exciting what if phase, but it's real quick that these oh buts come in, and obviously that you've chosen to use the metaphor of a balloon and then these arrows as the oh buts is perfect. And I wanted to point out too how in this stage, um, but what if you let's see, yeah, the what ifs need to be robust in the way that you've shown this balloon, but from kind of an inside angle where you can see the a little bit more thicker exterior to that balloon, and the chance to like take center stage before the obuts have their say. Um, I thought this was really cool. Uh, so well done on this, and it sounds like. Let me see if I'm understanding you correctly regarding the six boxes. That for your experience, since you're working on um, a book, a thing that has a beginning and an end to it, limiting yourself to just six boxes can be that right useful kind of constraint. Is that what you've been finding, that that limited number of boxes helps you to wrap your head around the story in a way that an infinite number of boxes wouldn't?
Yes, and I think with the six, I can allow an idea to unfold and then and come to a conclusion, and I can see it all in one hit. If I just look at those six panels now, without reading the boxes, I can kind of see where the idea has headed and where it's come from. Um, I mean, I haven't applied this to actually looking at scenes, trying to develop scenes themselves within the
Hmm.
book. This is always my thoughts outside the writing about my process. So I don't know how the other is going to evolve. That might be a bit different, but just for kind of getting at niggly little things that see myself doing, especially self-sabotage. This is the right kind of easily seeable way of
Hmm.
doing it.
And Miranda, did these panels come together for you in the particular order, or did um, some come out of order as far as like the way you wrote this out and drew it out?
No, it's very intuitive. So I almost don't think about it before. I mean,
Hmm.
I think about the six panels beforehand, but I don't. And I might have an idea about the what ifs, but then it actually develops very intuitively.
That's great.
So I usually don't really know what the last panel is going to be like when I start.
Yeah.
But it usually resolves itself by the time I get to the sixth panel, and that's something to do with my mind knowing that there are six panels within which that story has to unfold.
Hmm. Hmm. I like that. That's very interesting. Well, it will be cool to see if you choose to apply this same format to some other stories, if it continues to be the right kind of format for you. But this is great. Thank you, Miranda, for sharing that. Anything else that you would like to share while I've got you here?
No, I think that I think you've probably had my little input there. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you. I appreciate it, Miranda. Very cool. I love seeing like specific examples like these because I can imagine that folks working on a different project, a project that also has a beginning and an end, even if it's not writing a book, um, some similar bigger picture ideas can be pulled out of that. So these are great to see.